Hello and welcome to the Betwiths. We're going to do a series which will include 12 videos, and in the 12 videos it will be 12 different places Sharon and I like to visit, and we're going to do this over a 12-month period starting in January, finishing in December. So we'll have one video a month from a place, about a place that Sharon and I like to visit. In the video we'll show you things to do in and around that particular place, and nice places to eat, shopping, etc, etc. Our first video is going to be entitled Fleetwood, and Fleetwood is approximately an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half away from our house, so we don't really need to take the caravan, and this would be a day out for Sharon and I. So I'll explain in the video about, and get, like I say, places to eat, takeaways, eatings, go shopping, places of interest, and things to do in Fleetwood. And I will finish off with a typical day in Fleetwood for Sharon and I. Fleetwood is 8 miles north of Blackpool. So what is there to do in Fleetwood? Well, let's start with the shopping. Shopping, you've got Affinity Outlet Village, along with your own bargain sports stores. So there's quite a lot of shopping, but you've got Affinity Outlet Village, which was formerly Freeport, and you've got plenty of other shopping outlets and private shops within the town of Fleetwood itself, all around this area here, as well as Affinity shopping outlets. You've got Fleetwood Market in the centre of Fleetwood, well worth a visit. Eating. So we're going to start with takeaways. Again, you've got lots of takeaways all around this area, around the area here, and along the front, down the front along the Esplanade. You've got takeaways round all the side streets into the centre of the village. You've got takeaways as well. Fleetwood obviously has an hospital, and they have their own football team. There's a ferry across to North End. It's only a passenger ferry, but if you, it's like 5 minutes across to North End. Nice little place to have a wander around. Sharon and I prefer to drive around there. But unfortunately, from the centre of Fleetwood, around the estuary, down the other side of the river to Knott End, is like a 30-minute drive. So if you want to leave your car in Fleetwood, get the little ferry across to North End, well worth the trip. If you want to eat in Fleetwood, again there are plenty of places to eat in. There's cafes and fish and chip shop cafes, which are takeaways and cafes, pubs and restaurants. The pubs and cafes and obviously the restaurants, you will get substantial meals in. Things to do in Fleetwood. Well, like I say, you can take the ferry to North End. If you walked along the Esplanade, going back towards the North End ferry past the pier, which the piers and roundabout, the piers roundabouts here. There's the North Euston Hotel. The piers over here. Yeah. So the Esplanade is like a little pier. It doesn't actually go out to sea. It's called Fleetwood Leisure. So you walk down past Fleetwood Leisure, down Queen's Terrace, and then there's Fleetwood Museum here, and over here was the old ferry terminal in which you could get the ferry to Ireland and the Isle of Man, I believe, but that no longer is the case. I think that's closed shortly after the ship run aground just off the coast of Blackpool. Things to do in Fleetwood. Well, you can walk along the seafront and like past Fleetwood Marine Splash, Marine Beach. You can walk along Marine Beach and along the road to Fleetwood Model Yacht and Powerboat Club and Model Yacht Pond. And then if you carried on going, you're coming up to Rossall Point car park and Rossall Point Watchtower, from which you can look out to sea. And it's obviously a tourist attraction. You're walking back from the other end, so from the centre of Fleetwood, as I call it, the centre, the North Euston Hotel is, and there's a park here with a bowling club in it. So there's a back park around here with a bowling club in it, and I call this the centre. So then if you walk in the other way, you walk down here, come to the lifeboat station, the little ferry across to North End that I sort of previously said about. And then onto Queen's Terrace, and like I said, this is the where the ferry used to go to Ireland. There's all sorts of things, family attractions in and around the Fleetwood area. Obviously you're only 8 miles from Blackpool, so you can have a ride up the coast to Blackpool. And on a typical day for me and Sharon in Fleetwood would be, we'd arrive in Fleetwood and first place port of call would be Affinity Outlet, shopping outlet. After we'd left there, we would go and find somewhere to eat and have our lunch before having a short walk along the seafront, and finally parking the car along here, looking out across the bay. We'd have a cup of coffee or ice cream depending on what time of year it was from this little kiosk here. If you're feeling energetic, you may like to have a walk up to the Mount. The Mount is a museum mounted at the top of the hill there, and from outside the museum it is a great view across the bay. If you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done already, it helps our channel grow, and hit the notification icon so you know when we post another video out. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.